So today's Friday. I haven't vlogged. This is like going on week 2. I will have a video out there for y'all. Honestly, like you just gotta do what you gotta do. And let's find out if the patient is not compliant with their medications. You know, let's just have a very like candid moment right now. I'm glad that you're up and walking. I just wanted to follow up with you in regards to your blood pressure reading from this morning. Thank you. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Bye-bye. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. My name is Emma. I'm an LPN, a mom, a wife, and this channel is basically about my life as an LPN. My role is to monitor patients who have chronic conditions. So yeah, welcome to my channel, and I hope that you are subscribed and like and comment if you have any questions, and let me know if you're new here, what do you do for a living? Are you an RN, a CNA, an LPN? Let me know. So today is Friday. It's currently 12:17. It's been 17 minutes since I got off my call with the rest of the staff. We just had a company-wide meeting with just the nurses today. So we just kind of talked about patient satisfaction and what that looks like for our company, and some of the new things that our manager has implemented in the system to allow us to go ahead and input any kind of patient satisfaction or testimonies from families so that we can share it with our providers. And then we had a surprise baby shower. We got 2 nurses in our team who are very close to giving birth, and so we had a surprise baby shower, and one of the nurses kind of like took on the baby shower part, and so we just kind of like did like a trivia. I think she called it a baby shower trivia, something like that. So it was fun, just kind of like being amongst women only and just talking and, you know, just sharing our experiences as mothers. That lasted about an hour. So today I am covering for another nurse all day long. So I'm covering her alerts, doing chart reviews. I'm also calling patients for monitoring calls and then coaching calls. So monitoring calls are those who haven't been called all month long. Typically it's patients who kind of fly under the radar. Those are patients who usually have like vitals who are within range for the most part, so we don't really hear from them because they don't pop up on our alerts. So we have those monitoring calls, and then also our coaching calls, which is basically patients who are not yet compliant for the month. So I call them, check in, see what's going on, if there are any barriers. Do they need batteries to their devices? Do they need, you know, reminders every day? Whatever it is, you just kind of find out what's kind of preventing your patient from not being compliant with their readings daily, because you know, we need to know how they're doing to have a decent data collected for the provider. So that's been my day. This nurse in particular didn't have a lot of alerts this morning, so it's been kind of, I've been cruising through the day. I don't know if you guys even noticed, but I haven't vlogged. This is like going on week 2. There's been a lot going on personally with my family. We had a passing in the family, so I've been just kind of taking all my attention, you know, to, you know, tend to my family as much as I can, spending time with family, and just, you know, working through life's challenges, taking it one day at a time. But you know, going through all that, it's made me so grateful for the kind of support that I have in my job. My manager is just, she's been such a great support. You know, she gave me 2 days off for bereavement and to just also just get my life together. Basically, it's very refreshing to just be part of a team that's just so supportive, and they genuinely mean it, because I haven't had the best experience ever with my previous nursing jobs during tough times. So this is definitely God sent, and I'm very grateful. So I'm hoping to get back in the groove of, posting weekly. Hopefully it's going to be like two videos a week. I have a lot of videos coming up for you guys this month for sure. I do want to post a video about my remote position, my remote job in general, and just information about how to go about finding a remote job and landing a position. I've had so many questions about that, so I promise you guys sometime this month for sure I will have a video out there for y'all. I also have some LPN content for you guys, specifically LPN school content. So I just want to make sure that I'm bringing out some content for y'all. So y'all hang in there. I got the videos coming. Just give me a little minute to get myself together, because all of those videos require time for research, and then I just want to make sure that I'm giving y'all the best information that I possibly can. So hang in there for me, please. I will have the videos out for y'all. If you're watching this on a Friday, happy Friday, or whatever day that you're watching this, I hope that you're having a good day or night. And yeah, let's get on with the vlog. It's almost 12:30. I haven't had my lunch break yet, so I think I'm gonna do that. I don't even know what I'm gonna have for lunch. Probably a salad and throw in some of those salmon bites that I made the other day. So good. I feel like the last few vlogs I've been telling you guys, I've been talking about food, and that's because, and I don't even, like, who am I saying this, but I am starting to find an appreciation for cooking. I've never really been someone who liked to spend hours and hours in the kitchen cooking, but I think right now with the things that are happening in my life, it's been kind of like a good escape, being in the kitchen and just coming up with different recipes or looking up recipes on YouTube and trying them at home. So it's been a good excuse for me to keep my mind busy in the kitchen. So I've been enjoying that because I've been successful in all the recipes that I've been making. My husband sure as hell is not complaining, because that means that I'm cooking almost damn near every single day. So I've been enjoying that, and hopefully it's something that I keep kind of like as a hobby. A few months ago, you wouldn't catch me having a good old time trying a new recipe like that. So I guess this is just like a season in my life, and hopefully it sticks. I don't know, I'll keep you guys posted, but I'm gonna go on my lunch break right now, and I'll check in with you guys later. Hey you guys, I'm back from my lunch break. Oh my gosh, my desk looks so messy. But anyways, I'm back from my lunch break. I had a quick salad with some salmon chunks in there. It was delicious. It's usually my quick go-to choice. If not, then I'll have whatever I made the night before as leftovers. But I love me a good quick salad. Nutritious, delicious, and quick. Like I told you guys in the beginning of my video, I'm covering for a nurse right now. She probably had like 5 or 6 alerts to follow up with this morning, and then right after my lunch break I've got 2 alerts, but one of them is actually, like, I've talked to the patient already, and I had them repeat the reading an hour later, and so that's what I'm viewing right now, and it looks like it's still out of range, but not a concern because she's doing okay. It actually went up a little bit, but it's still pretty low, but she's doing fine. Sometimes when I cover for another nurse, like that nurse may have so many alerts that it would pretty much take me almost more than half of my day to clear those alerts. This nurse today, she doesn't have a lot, so once I clear these 2 alerts, I'm gonna go ahead and just move on to the next task, which is coaching calls and monitoring calls for the rest of the day pretty much, and just kind of like check in and make sure that there's no new alerts that have come in for readings taken later on in the day. But typically patients will take their readings in the beginning of their day, and that's just because they, that's when they take their medications, or sometimes they want to take their vitals right before they leave the house to run errands or to go to work or whatever. So for the most part, a chunk of our alerts come in the beginning parts of the day. And as I told you guys, today's Friday. I am not looking forward to anything else but rest. It's been a very, very tough last few 2 weeks, and so I'm looking forward to resting at least as much as I possibly can, and just take it easy. You know, let's just have a very like candid moment right now. It's been, the last 2 weeks have been very, very hard for me in terms of just like doing the things every day. And that's because life has been happening, you know, but I'm finding it so hard to wake up early. You know, I typically like to get up early in the morning, maybe an hour to an hour and a half before my work shift, and just like relax and spend some time in the Bible, start the day off very slowly. But lately it's been very hard. Just to be honest, like I've been waking up right on time, if not even after my workday starts. So I don't like that, but I'm also aware of the season of the period in my life right now where I'm at, and so, you know, I'm just trying to take it easy and be easy on myself. And that's for anybody else who's out there going through it. Just hang in there and be kind and be gracious to yourself, because as I like to say, hard times don't last long. And so I'm holding on to that, and you know, I just can't wait to get back into my routine, and you know, and not flustered, because lately it's just like I jump out of bed because I'm late already, and you know, I have just enough time to get myself ready very quickly and just sit at my desk, and you know, your brain is still trying to wake up basically, and I find myself just not having the best start to my days when it starts like that. So I do want to just slowly get back into my routine. And yeah, because that's when I feel my best, and that's when I feel that I am more productive. So this morning I started my day at the desk, and then 2 hours later, once my daughter and husband woke up, I went downstairs, and I typically just go downstairs and say good morning to everybody and fix breakfast and stuff like that. So I did that this morning, and so I took my laptop, I took my notebook to just keep track of the times that I call patients, and also the kind of calls that I'm making. It's just, I've been doing that since day one. And so, and I also bring my mouse with me, my wireless mouse. So right before the call at 11 o'clock, I came back upstairs with my computer, but I left my notebook downstairs. And I don't want to go get it downstairs because my daughter is there, and if she sees me, she's going to want to follow me, or she's going to want me to hang out over there. So I'm just like, I'm looking around, I'm trying to find a piece of paper to just like keep track of the calls that I'm making, because I just like that, because at the end of the day I like to just count how many calls I've done and how many patients I've actually spoken to. It's just, I just like to keep count just to see how productive or lack thereof I've been for the day. So I'm gonna grab me a little piece of paper, just a plain little piece of paper. My daughter comes in the office and she likes to like scribble around, so I'm just gonna use one of these sheets for the rest of the day, and then we'll just go from there. Honestly, like you just gotta do what you gotta do. You just gotta do what you gotta do. So I just documented this one here. So I'm gonna go ahead and make another call. What I do when it comes to an alert is, of course, I see the alert, I see what the values are for the alert, and then I just kind of document that I've received the alert, and I put the time and the date that the alert was received. Let me see for this one. So I enter that in. and then I put what the vital was, and I save it. And then the next thing that I would do is I would go into the patient's chart and just look, because sometimes it could have taken multiple readings, and sometimes the alert that you got was the initial reading and then the following readings could have been within range. So I will go and check and see. So this person here only took one reading today, and then I go in and check the notes section to see, I just like to see what, the last time a nurse had called them and for what reason. For example, if I start to notice that there's a trend with this patient who, they're being contacted every single day for their vitals, it means that, number one, there's something going on. It's either the medications need some adjustments, or there are things that they're not doing to kind of work around this, their vitals. So once I go over those notes and I see that there is a pattern, I can say, okay, it's either the patient is, not let's find out if the patient is not compliant with their medications. Let's find out if they are using proper technique when it comes to, putting on their blood pressure cuffs. Let's find out if, let's find out what their diet and exercise lifestyle is like. Are they super stressed every single day? There's just so many things that can affect readings that we can't just take it for face value that the patient is just not taking their meds, because it just, there's so many things that could affect someone's health in general. And so I like to just see what the notes are saying, how often we're contacting this patient, and then just go from there. And then when I follow up with the patient, I'm going to say, did you take your medication today? Did you have anything salty for breakfast or last night for dinner? And typically you'll have an answer, and sometimes you just don't. Sometimes the patient doesn't even know why the vitals are elevated for the day. So that's what I do for these alerts. And yeah, so let me go ahead and call this patient and see what's going on.
Hello.
Hi. So basically this was considered a monitoring call because I got to speak with the patient and I got to triage them based on their vitals. The patient did get to repeat the reading. It's still pretty elevated, but there are no symptoms or anything like that. So what I'm going to do is complete this triage call documentation and then send it off to the provider, just so that they know that even though we received a red alert, the patient is fine, no symptoms at all. I try to document as I'm talking on the phone with the patient so that after the call, I'm not spending so much time documenting. But of course, sometimes, like this conversation, for example, was like 5 minutes long, and sometimes you've got patients who are long-winded, and it's like you're gonna be on the phone for 15-20 minutes, and I don't have time for that. So I literally just like try to document as much as I can while on the call and then finish off my documentation. So that's what I'm going to do now. So I make it a goal to provide as much patient education as possible. Like this morning, for example, I had a lady who's used to having really elevated blood pressure readings, and at the end of the call, I was just like, do you know some of the symptoms to look out for would warrant you needing to call 911? And she was like, no. So that was a perfect opportunity for me to educate the patient, because sometimes they really honestly don't know. You can have a patient who's been hypertensive for so many years and they just don't know some of the symptoms to look out for. And a lot of the time, it's like they're so used to those vitals being elevated that they're just like, okay, what is my limit really? Like, at what point should I be calling for help? So I try to make some time to just provide that patient education. Of course, there are some who are aware, and there's others who really appreciate hearing the new information from you. So, it's part of my job that I enjoy a lot, and just being that source of information to some of these patients who don't always know. As a nurse, it's easy for me to be like, well, they've been seeing this provider for so long. where's the patient education with this provider? You know, like, are they listening during these visits with their doctors? Are they not? But more often than not, you've got patients who try to act like they have control of their health. And so sometimes they're scared to ask questions, or they're intimidated. They don't want to appear to be unknowledgeable about their health. But and that's when we come along, because they don't see us in person. We're just there talking to them on the phone, and just we're there to try to be that in the little gap between them and the provider, you know, to provide that support and information that they don't always get the chance to really digest when they're at the doctor's office. And so we come along and we give them all the time to ask questions, and even when we, the nurses, don't know, we follow up with the provider, and then we get back with the patient. So it's nice. All right, y'all, I think I'm going to end the vlog here. I came downstairs because I just needed a break from sitting on that office chair for so long. So my daughter's taking a nap, so I have access to the downstairs area for now. I'm going to go ahead and finish my work day. It's currently 3:20. So I'm almost at the end of the finish line, y'all. Almost. Going back and forth between during these monitoring calls and coaching calls, and also checking if I have any alerts. So any patients who are taking the vitals later in the day, I just check in the queue to make sure that there's not anybody who needs some following up. I think once I get off, I'm probably going to take my daughter to Chick-fil-A. She's not really eating well. She's got an ear infection, so her appetite has just been kind of lacking. So I think I'm going to take her to her favorite place, which is Chick-fil-A. She likes the grilled chicken and fries from them, so with some apple juice. So I'm going to try that when she gets up from her nap. Hopefully she eats it. But yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. I don't have any plans for the weekend, but to just rest and take it one day at a time. I hope that y'all are doing great. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.